Hi everybody, I'm Maggie Shane and this is the Bliss Blog. Welcome. Today's post is money magic. Well, I don't know about you folks, but I've been feeling like a little money magic might be in order. Why? Because it's been in short supply and things are costing more. And right there, you have the reason I am not beginning my work in the right state of mind. I'm more aware right now of money's absence than its presence. So my attention to this topic might be vibing more with not having money than having it. So we need to shift that vibration before we can even begin. Sometimes our attitude toward money is sticky. It's hard to get it to move. But before we start any magic, we really need to try. It might be easier to shift the vibe toward another topic entirely, a topic where there is plenty. I might think about my novels, for example. I've written 115 of them. Well, I've written more than that. I've published 115 of them, and I've never used AI on my novels in my life. Now that's abundance. I have an abundance of stories in me. I have so many stories I probably won't live long enough to write them all. I have so many. Now that was a little rant. That's how we do it. We start talking about something we have in abundance and we work ourselves up into a little rant. What do you have an abundance of? Can you work yourself up into a rant about it? Write your rant or speak it aloud. You can't just think it. It's not a rant if you just think it. I live in the most beautiful place on earth. I love it here. The rolling hills, the woods, the meadows, the wildlife, the sunrises, the sunsets. It's so pretty. There's more natural beauty around me than I can even take in. Sometimes, especially in autumn, it's almost overwhelming. It's so beautiful. I take 1,000 photos and none can capture just being in it, being surrounded by it, being a part of it. I love my house. It gives me shelter. It hugs me like a mother. I make it pretty and cozy and warm. We do things ourselves around here and hardly ever hire anyone else to fix anything. My hubs is so handy. Oh, that's another one. He is so good at so many things, my guy. If this were a zombie apocalypse, he's the guy I'd want at my side. He's a fucking MacGyver, I'll tell you. Handsome, too. I'm so blessed to live in this old farmhouse with this guy. And I get to work from home. And that means I have an abundance of time here in my lovely house with my lovely guy. Those are abundant things. I have an abundance of good health. I have taken enormous control over my health too. And I love the continual fine-tuning of my lifestyle for maximum thriving. You can read more about that over on eatlikeyougiveashit.com. I appreciate getting off track every once in a while because I feel like shit afterward. And then I can see for sure how much my good usual practices are helping me. All right, that's enough ranting. What do you have a lot of? As you can see from my positivity rants, you need to think outside the box. You know what many of us have a lot of right now? Beautiful spring days ahead in the Northern Hemisphere, and then summer ones. Where I live, we have 60s today. Like 4 days in a row this week, too. And those below the equator have autumn moving in, the best season of all. So do what I just did. Write it out, journal it, talk about it. It really does raise your vibe. But you have to be genuine. You have to pick things that you really love in your life. You cannot fake this. And then write about them the way I did here. Now, this should be done before any money spell, and even sooner. Right before you even start creating the spell. The energy that you put into each part of the spell crafting has to be a high vibration energy, a happy celebration sort of energy. Remember that and use it going forward for whatever kind of spell you're working on. So here is a mix and match guide to spell creation. In traditional magic, the old-fashioned kind, spells are pretty simple. They have steps. Step 1, state the goal clearly and simply. Step 2, begin the spell action, doing whatever it is you've decided upon for the action of the spell. 3, raise the energy, and sometimes those two change places. Depending on the spell, you'll know. So then you raise the energy. Step 4 is you release the energy. And step 5 is to ground yourself. So let's go over those really quick. And I have 6 spells for you in this post. So step 1, state the goal. It needn't be complicated. In fact, the simpler, the better. Think about what you want and then think about why you want it. Instead of thinking of an amount when it comes to money, think of what it is you expect that extra money to do for you and what feeling that will give you. A lot of the time, the ultimate goal behind wishing for more money comes down to wishing for freedom. Freedom from debt, freedom to pursue one's passion, freedom to spend your time as you like. Try to break your goal down like that. Sometimes it feels better to be a little more specific. Still, I'm not going to use the word money in my spell. If I didn't have resistance to money, I'd have money. You see? However, I'll often use words like open the taps, increase the flow. Even more often, I'll use words from a poem to Inanna by one of her high priestesses. Pour it out for me, Inanna. I will drink all you offer. And I imagine vessels pouring sparkling waters of abundance down on me. See, money is just energy. It's not real. It's not real. It's pixels on a computer screen. It's credits in a bank account. It's not real. It's ink printed on paper that stands for nothing. Money originally represented the amount of gold we had in Fort Knox, but that's no longer the case. There are more bills floating around than there is gold on the whole planet. It doesn't mean anything anymore, well, except in the way we use it and the way our society chooses to make it mean something. You can shift this energy. Step 2, the action of the spell. First, you have to decide what sort of spell you want. And this is where you start matching the vibration. Money is a very earthy energy. So spells using crystals and stones and herbs would be harmonious with the money energy. Step 3, raise the energy. We do this by chanting or dancing or drumming, anything rhythmic. We increase the pace, volume, tempo, and urgency until the energy peaks. Step 4, release the energy. Try to relax your body, mind, and spirit all at once as you use your hands to guide the rush of energy from your body into the spell. Step 5, ground yourself. Literally sit on the ground or floor and just let the energy drain. You could also do this by holding a rock in your hand or hugging a tree. Then get a grain-based snack. Herbs and oils that correspond with the vibration of money include alfalfa, basil, cinnamon, clover, cloves, goldenrod, honeysuckle, jasmine, maple, mint, mugwort, patchouli, pine, poplar, and vervain. There are a lot more herbs listed for money in Scott Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs, which I highly recommend. I will leave a link in the show notes. Colors associated with money energy. First, you would pick the color of your nation's currency, which in my country is green. And the other colors that go along with wealth and money and abundance are silver and gold, obvi. Money animals, the frog, the goat, the snake, the cat, the rabbit, and the fish. Also dragons. Dragons are always shown hoarding money, sitting on their piles of gold. The direction of money is north. The element of money is earth. And the magical timing for increasing the flow of abundance in your life is from the new moon to the full moon. The time of day for money spells, midnight. So here are some sample money spells that you can try. Some are simple as heck, some are way more complex, so enjoy. Here is a simple herbal money spell. You're going to need a very small charcoal disc, the kind you like to burn powdered incense on. You can find them in any New Age shop or online. You'll need any of the money herbs, dried. You'll need a fire-safe bowl or cauldron. You'll need a lighter. And you'll need a pre-chosen rhyming couplet. So first you write the chant, a rhyming verse that states your goal and lends itself to rhythm and repetition. Here's one I wrote. Crank the taps and open the flow, abundance energy to grow. Crank the taps and open the flow and pour it out for me. Crank the taps and open the flow, abundance energy to flow. Crank the taps and open the flow and pour it out for me. Crank the taps and open the flow, abundance energy to grow. Crank the taps and open the flow and pour it out for me. Now put the herbs into your cauldron or fire-safe bowl. Hold your hands over them to charge them with your magical intent, speaking the chant aloud in that special tone you use only for magic. We call this the magical voice, by the way. Yours will come to you naturally as you practice. Relax about it and don't force it. You know how your voice changes sometimes depending on who you're talking to? When you're talking to grandma, it's a little softer for grandma or a baby. And when you're talking to your husband, it's kind of like this. No, it's not. I'm kidding. But this is the magical voice. We have a special tone we use for magic, and we only use it for magic. So develop that as you go along. So step 4, we're going to dance with peaked energy back to the cauldron, put our hands over it, and watch them burn as we feel the energy flow from our palms into the flames, transforming our will and carrying it forth with the smoke. Step 5, sit on the ground, relax, let go of all the excess energy you've raised that you didn't already push into the spell. Feel it draining down into the earth, and it is done. The Silver Moon Mirror Money Spell. This was one of the first spells I ever did, and I was successful at it, and it just gave me a boost of confidence. You're going to need a silver bowl, an athame or dagger not used for any other purpose, a mirror, some moon water or holy water or blessed water or whatever you call it, and 3 coins. I'd like you to have 1 silver, 1 gold, and the third can be whatever you like. Now, all of these items need to be prepared by you first, cleansed of any negative vibes and dedicated to magic. They must never be used for any other purpose. In addition, you can rinse the mirror in mugwort tea to empower it. Now set all the items outside or in a window where you have a view of the full moon. Scout your location the night before. It'll be slightly later the next night, but pretty close. Pour the blessed water into the silver bowl. Hold the silver bowl up to the moon and visualize the moon's silvery beams charging it with magic. And then set the bowl down. Pick up the athame, hold it up to the moon, and then flip it point down and lower it slowly into the silver bowl until the tip touches the bottom, exploding the energy of the wild god into the water to fertilize the goddess energy already there. Remove the blade, wipe it dry, set it aside. Drop your 3 coins into the water, repeating this charm twice for each coin. So it would sound like this. Silver brings silver, silver brings silver. And then you drop the gold coin. Gold brings gold, gold brings gold. And when you drop the other coin, whatever it is, copper brings copper, copper brings copper, whatever. And it can be another silver or another gold if you like. Next, hold the mirror so that it reflects the moonlight into the water. And if it's too awkward or the angle is wrong, just place the water in a manner that lets the moonlight reflect on its surface. Either way works, but I like using the mirror. It's an extra prop and it's just a little extra magical feel to it. When the moonlight is shining into the water, say these lines. Silver to silver and gold to gold. The flow of my wealth is increased many-fold. The flow of my wealth is increased many-fold. Silver to silver and gold to gold. So mote it be. Next, bottle up the water with the coins in the bottom of the bottle and keep it in a dark place. Each morning and night, sprinkle a little bit on your pulse points and behind your ears, like you would perfume. You can use the water anytime you do any spell to increase the flow of abundance. This is the 3rd spell. The Dragon's Hoard, and this is a really simple little spell. They often have small, semi-precious stones with animals carved into them for sale at New Age shops. If you can get a stone that is green or brown, or one of the money stones listed above, that also has a dragon carved into it, that's golden. And really just any dragon can be used for this spell. Or a Chinese money frog also works very well. Now remember to do a cleanse of any items that you're going to use in the spell. You're going to need a whole bunch of coins, a dragon, a magnet or lodestone, a plate or something to hold them. Take the lodestone or magnet, pluck a hair from your head, and wrap it around the magnet as you say, to me, to me, to me. Place the magnet on the plate. Heap the coins atop the magnet. Place the dragon atop the coins. Hands over the whole thing. Power going in. Say, here are my treasures that sparkle and shine. Generous measures are already mine. All I need and extra for fun. And so mote it be, and so it is done. Leave this spell in the northernmost window of your home. You can take it apart and recharge it periodically, but it should be pretty much a permanent placement. The money charm bag. Place 7 coins in a drawstring bag with violet petals and clover. Place this bag in your purse or even in your mailbox or near your computer, wherever money might arrive in your awareness. Growing money. Place 3 coins and an acorn in the bottom of a flower pot. Then plant it with some money-friendly plants like basil, clover, or mint. As the plant grows, so will your wealth. You can expand this spell to your garden and drop a coin into each of the holes where you're planting your veggies or flowers as spring unfolds. The check and the wish box. Jim Carrey used this spell and it worked to the exact dollar amount. Write yourself a check for the amount of money you desire and sign it the universe. Put a date on it too. Be brave. Put the check into an envelope addressed to you by name at your address. You can even put a stamp on it. Then put this into a special box. I always have a special box just for wishes. I put things in there and then just leave the rest up to the universe. So write yourself that check, seal it, address it, stamp it, and put it in your wish box. Things to remember. These are some tips. Remember that you aren't creating money out of thin air. You're just tuning into the massive amounts of it that are already floating around out there. You're just opening up avenues for it to flow to you. Money is not the root of all evil. The love of money is what is said to be the root of all evil. And we can kind of see that in our world right now, can't we? But we're not doing a money spell for the love of money. We want the freedom and peace of mind that it can buy us. We don't want to hoard it like the dragon. We want to let it go back out into the wild and fertilize the economy. One of the keys to getting more wealth is being okay without it. So we have to find contentment and joy and love and fun right where we are first. And those conditions will in turn attract more just like them. We need to celebrate every little win, everything that works. And remember, what we're really changing is ourselves. We're adjusting our own vibration, changing from someone who feels poor to someone who feels wealthy and therefore attracts abundance. One more thing. The moon is waning right now as I record this video. The new moon will be in Pisces on March 18th and waxing or growing from then until the full moon in Libra on April 1st. And the time in between the new moon and the full moon, March 18th and April 1st, are the best times to work any magic for increase, any kind of increase. It's always when the moon is growing, the magic is growing. When the moon is shrinking, magic is for shrinking. Now, sometimes we can make spells that begin on the new moon, get a boost at the half, and then culminate at the full moon. Or we can do them once and done. So try these out and record your results. This is what Books of Shadows are originally intended to do. Not just record the spells, but record when you performed it, what the conditions were, the moon and the signs of the day of the week and the time of the day and all of that, and how it worked. The results are very important to keep track of because if it doesn't work, then the next time you can tweak a little something. And really you're just tweaking your vibe. So try these out. Well, that's it for today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for me. It helps more than you know. Also, you can upgrade your subscription and get all of my nonfiction books for free in I think I have 4 or 5 of them. Paid subscriptions start at $3.33 a month. You get the full year for $40. If you pay monthly, it's $5 a month, and that's only because that's the lowest Substack will let me go. Now, in the show notes, I'm going to have today the full list of paid subscriber perks, so be sure to take a look at that.
And now a word from our sponsor.